Okay, here's a little sneak peek into my process. So, pointillism, the all the action is on the palette because you're literally mixing these colors. And so you can see I'm starting to put this sky in for this Greens Ledge light. This is the picture that I'm working off of is the background is um, pretty gray, just gray with clouds. So really a basic lesson in painting is that it doesn't matter what the sky is, whether it's a gray sky, a brilliant blue sky. And this is probably the hardest lesson for beginner painters to learn. And that is that um, with a painting, you need many, many, many colors, not just for pointillism. But you can start looking at really beautiful paintings, and no one's going in with one straight color, okay? And especially with clouds, you think about like what are clouds? Clouds are tiny little particles of water. And what are those little particles of water doing? They're reflecting all the light, which is many different colors, right? And so one of my best painting teachers used to say, there is no color, there's only light, right? So what I'm doing this morning is, so I put in, and this is always, it's always like sky, feels like skydiving, right? You go in and you put those initial dots in, and then from there on out, it's just a living puzzle where you're going back in and back in and back in. So this morning, um, and this is why it's so laborious, it takes so long. I put in a layer of dots and then I literally, tell myself, stop, come in the next day. And then it's like I have fresh eyes and I can see where I need to correct. And this is just a constant, constant correcting. Like first thing I did this morning was come in and redo this ultramarine blue right here. It just needed to be a tad lighter than it was. And that's really, that's really the whole process right there is just keep working those dots. And then also just one more basic thing. You can see I have the lighthouse sketched out on the canvas. And, you do your initial drawing. For me, it was really important in this process to really be able to get my composition down and then reduce. Just get the very basic elements down and the rest is paint. There's actually very little drawing. I mean, yes, the initial drawing is important. You have to get that right. But beyond that, it's really all about the color. So hope you enjoyed that little painting lesson about pointillism. Follow along with me on my journey to paint Greens Ledge Light in Rowayton, Connecticut.